Hello guys, Josh here, welcome back to the channel, I hope you're all doing alright. So today we're doing another PC upgrade vlog. We've got a new graphics card to install in this PC over here. So the card I've gone for is the 2060 Super. This is an Aorus card, which in my opinion is the best looking card you can get. It's the one with the really cool fans on that have the LEDs, and especially in the Lian Li case with the vertical mount, should look absolutely sick. Let me show you the PC a bit closer. Alright, so here's the PC at the moment. As you can see, we've got the GTX 1080 in there. Now you might be thinking, well hang on a second, why have you chosen an RTX 2060 Super to replace a GTX 1080? Isn't that like a downgrade? Actually it's not. This card is actually better in most games than the GTX 1080, and the reason for that is because the 1080 is from 2016, it's like 4 years old, whereas this came out literally right at the end of last year. So it will be a tiny bit of an upgrade. However, couple of reasons why I'm doing this. One is because I've always wanted an Aorus card, just because they look amazing. And the second reason is because I'm waiting for the 3080 Ti. As soon as that releases in September or whatever, or near the end of the year, we'll be getting one of those, and that will be our main graphics card for gaming. But for the meantime, I thought it'd be nice to get a new card in here that's just a little bit of an update. And then when we're done with that card, or when the 3080 comes out, we can stick it in the other build. So it will get used, and then I can always use it in like budget builds and stuff like that, because it is a pretty good card for the price. I also picked up the other week, guys, when I got the graphics card, a bunch of NZXT stuff, because at some point soon I want to do a new build for the new setup, because I've always loved the H510 Elite case. We've got the Kraken X63 cooler as well, and the fans, so that should be fun. And we'll probably transfer over the 2060 Super from that PC to this one when we do that. I'm just trying to kind of build up a load of parts at the moment, so that in 6 months time or a year or whatever, I can just do loads of budget builds for you guys, and yeah, it should be good. Anyway, let's get this thing unboxed. I always love unboxing graphics cards, guys. It's such a good experience. Here we've got an Aorus piece of card, which I'm guessing has our information in. Yeah, we've got a disc here. Like anybody uses discs nowadays, what am I going to do with this? And we also get a quick guide here as well for the graphics card. So pretty straightforward. Let's put this to one side. This is pretty cool. We get a little badge included. So if you want to peel the back off of this and say stick it to your case or something like that, you can do that. And here is the actual graphics card. So let's pull this out and see what it looks like. We've got our super necessary unboxing karambit knife, which we'll use to cut this tiny piece of tape. Look at that. It's done already. Alright, here it is, guys, the graphics card. So, looking amazing. Like I said earlier, in my opinion, Aorus make the best looking graphics cards on the market. And to be fair, in general, I think they make the best looking PC hardware full stop. Like the way all their stuff kind of ties in, the theme and everything, kind of really sets off your build. But we've got the Aorus logo in the middle, which I believe lights up. We've got this really cool frame design here going over the fans, which is kind of like this brushed aluminium, as you guys can see. Over here on the fans, you can see that there's this strange looking little LED thing, and that is one LED, but when these are spinning around really fast, it makes like an entire ring, which I've seen it on videos and stuff, but I bet it's going to look amazing in person. Pretty chunky looking card in general. I mean, obviously it's a triple fan design compared to only the dual fan on my 1080, but I think triple fans look better vertically mounted anyway, so that should be good. Over on this side, we've got the Aorus logo again, got a bit of a mirror effect going on. I believe that lights up as well, but like I said, we won't be seeing that because we're vertically mounting it. However, when we do the NZXT build at the end of the year, we should be able to see that because we'll probably just mount it normally. Over on the back, we've got the Aorus backplate looking very, very nice. And on the outputs side, we've got 3 display ports, 3 HDMIs, and 1 USB-C, which is way different to the 1080 that I've got, because that's only got 3 display ports and 1 HDMI, so tons of outputs on this thing. So does this mean we could have 7 monitors now, guys? Who knows? We'll have to try it at some point. But anyway, let's go and get this beautiful looking card installed into the PC. By the way, guys, if you're wondering why this has mirrored panels on, it's actually because I have the PC Master Race edition of this case sat in the corner over there, but at the moment I just haven't really got time to rebuild this entire PC in that case. So what I did was actually what one of you guys suggested, which was to take the panels off, the mirrored panels, and just stick them on this one. And it looks pretty good. Anyway, we're going to take all the panels off now, get the old GPU taken out, and then we can install the new Aorus one. Pro tip, if you find yourself building a lot of PCs or doing jobs around the house that involve a screwdriver and you're getting bored of doing this all the time, grab yourself one of these. I'll drop a link in the description. I'm not sponsored by Bosch or anything. I just bought it a couple of weeks ago. It's about £50 here in the UK. But yeah, you just put your drill bit on. It comes with a ton of different drill bits. There's even an extension if you need to reach a little bit further. So that goes on there like that, and that goes in. And then you just select the mode. That is unscrew, and that is screw. And you just literally press it, and it does everything for you. Really good, recommend. Right, so first we need to disconnect the PSU cables. If you're wondering, by the way, these are the Lian Li Streamer Plus cables, the new version. They're a little bit hard to get hold of nowadays, actually. They only came out a few months ago, but I heard people had trouble getting hold of them in the US, although I think they're still available in the UK. So this is the GTX 1080 that I've been using for about the past 4 years. I picked it up back in 2016 when they first came out. It's the MSI Armor Edition. I got it kind of because it was black and white and it looked kind of cool. And it was one of the cheapest as well at the time. But yeah, it's been a great card, but it's 2020 now. I've had it 4 years. It's kind of coming to the end of its shelf life, you know what I mean? And I'm a tech YouTuber, for goodness sake. I can't be running a 4-year-old graphics card in my PC. But yeah, don't worry, this is going to a good new home. I've got a mate who is putting in his build, so that's where that's going. Next, we need to take it off the vertical mount. I've actually got to remove the vertical mount because there's some screws here that hold the graphics card in, but I can't reach them unless the vertical mount is off. So let's do that. You guys can see the screwdriver in action now. So that's off there. I think I actually will disconnect it from the PCIe slot as well, just so that we can get it out and then it'll be easier to take the screws off. So that's the vertical mount, if you're wondering, by the way, guys. That's the back of it. It just kind of plugs straight in, and then you just mount your card onto it. This is the Fantex one. The reason I got this is because a lot of the vertical mounts are really wide at the bottom, but you can see this one is kind of quite narrow, so it doesn't block any of the fans at the bottom, which is kind of good. This backplate as well is kind of cool. I got it from Cold Zero International. They make like custom backplates and stuff. So yeah, that is also going to be going to its new owner. You see, I told you this thing was worth every penny, guys. And there we go, she is free. No, not free like that, you're not having it for free. You've served me well, it's been a pleasure, and I hope your new owner treats you as well as I did. Say goodbye, guys. So I shall put this to one side now, and we'll get the new graphics card. So here's the new graphics card that we unboxed. Like I said, I think it's one of the best looking on the market. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. GPU is secure, we've just got to put it back into the case. Well, that wasn't too difficult. We've just got to plug in the power cables again now, and then we should be able to connect it all back up. I'll sort out the fingerprints after I've carried it over to the other desk. So we should be ready to go. I've plugged everything back in. Here we go, moment of truth, guys. 3, 2, 1. Does it work? Come on, light up. Yes, there we go. So hopefully you guys saw from that B-roll how awesome the new card looks. Looks absolutely amazing, I love it. However, we did run into 1 or 2 issues after you guys saw me turn on the PC. Basically, I booted it up and only 2 of my screens were working for some reason, and I was like, that's kind of weird. First thing I did was just check that the DisplayPort cables were plugged in correctly, because that can sometimes be an issue, but it felt like they'd clicked in, so I was kind of scratching my head a little bit. And then I decided to take out the vertical mount and just put the graphics card straight into the motherboard. And that seemed to work, at least it seemed to work. But then I reinstalled the vertical mount again and it wasn't working again. So I had no idea what was going on, and I thought maybe I've like broken the vertical mount or like the cable connectors. So what I did was I took the new card out, reinstalled my old card into the vertical mount, and that worked absolutely fine. I had all 4 displays running, so I literally had no idea what was going on. So what I did next was I looked on the back, and it looked like because this graphics card is a 2.5 slot card, it looked like the frame of the vertical mount was maybe slightly blocking one of the DisplayPort cables, or a couple of them. So anyway, I ended up cutting the actual vertical mount. I'll put a picture up on the screen now. You guys can see I've kind of butchered it a little bit, to be honest, but you know, if it works, it works. Plugged everything back in. 4 monitors were working now. However, this middle one was detected within Windows, but it literally flickered like 10 times and then just went off completely. But it was so weird because it was detected in Windows, but it just had no output. So I was like, are you kidding me? So whether it was half the DisplayPort thing not plugging in properly and half driver issues, I'm not sure. But anyway, I ended up reinstalling Windows, believe it or not, because I couldn't see my desktop, which resulted in me having to like hard power off the PC. And basically I managed to mess up the whole operating system, guys, and had to reinstall it all. So, you know, we've got a fresh install of Windows now. Actually feels pretty good to start from scratch again. But yeah, everything is working without a hitch now. We've got all the DisplayPort cables plugged in properly. All the displays are working, and I'm very happy. But yeah, guys, it literally took me like all evening to try and figure out what the issue was. I'm still not 100% sure what it was. Like I said, I reckon it was a combination of the cables not quite plugging in properly and driver issues. I probably should have uninstalled my old drivers first, but I was looking online and, well, in the past when I've gone from like an NVIDIA card to an NVIDIA card, it's always been absolutely fine. If you were switching from like AMD to NVIDIA, I'd recommend uninstalling the drivers. But in this case, I didn't. Whether that kind of screwed it up, I don't know. But the good news is we're all sorted now. Everything's looking amazing. What do you guys think of the setup as well? I've kind of gone for a new color scheme. So there we go. That was a little vlog of me installing the new GPU. I hope you guys enjoyed. I have booted up a few games and they're all performing nicely. Like I said, I think it's slightly better in performance than the GTX 1080. But at the end of the year, we'll be getting the 3080 Ti to put in this rig, and then we'll be able to smash all the games on the ultra-wide, because this ultra-wide is 120Hz, 1440p, so no one card can run it at the moment. Like even the 2080 Ti, I think you'd struggle with ultra settings and 120 FPS. So hopefully the 3080 Ti will be the card to be able to do that. But anyway, if you enjoyed today, guys, a like rating would be much appreciated. If you really enjoyed it, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button to see more. And with that being said, I'll catch you all in the next one.